Hello everyone, I hope you're having a beautiful day. In today's video, we are discussing the topic of week 1 of my 21-day reset retreat, which is reflection and intention setting. So the word that I've chosen to represent this week is dreaming. I think, so many of us as children have these beautiful dreams of what we think our life can be, but as we grow up, society, people around us, they infiltrate our imagination and they put doubts in our minds that we aren't capable of doing those things, when in actual fact, anything you can dream, you can achieve with hard work. So it's not going to happen overnight, but if you have a deep dream, a deep desire, if you never try, you're going to have regrets later in life that you didn't give it a go. So it's so important to reflect, to take the time to reflect, to bring up these desires and these dreams within us, because so many people suppress their dreams and suppress their desires because they think it's too hard, or they think they don't have enough time, or they're too busy, or it's just not going to happen for them. But in reality, if you actually spend the time working on your goals, working on your dreams, you can achieve them. It is so possible. But yeah, so many of us just suppress our desires and suppress our dreams. So this week, the first activity I'm going to ask you to do is a reflective journaling session. So when you journal, it's really important to create a really beautiful space. So, here I've created a nice space for myself. I have a beautiful candle that I'm burning. I have some tea. I would usually have some music playing as well. I like to listen to really calm music that doesn't have any lyrics, because I find sometimes the lyrics can be distracting. So I just like to listen to calm instrumental music. And creating that whole scenery around yourself. You have the smell of the beautiful candle, the taste of the lovely tea, and the sound of the music, and then your quiet space around you that is dedicated to that practice. It really helps you to begin to enjoy journaling. So something I found talking to people, and even in my own experience, sometimes when you first start journaling, it can be a bit frustrating because you think, oh, why am I doing this? Like, does this really matter? And sometimes you get in your own head and you overthink the questions. But once you get into the habit of journaling and really create that beautiful environment for yourself, you'll begin to really love the practice, and you'll begin to become a lot more present in the moment, and your mind and your consciousness will just flow onto the piece of paper, and you'll stop overthinking things, and you'll just be able to flow through you a lot easier, which will then benefit your life in a brilliant way. So the things that I want you to journal about today, it's all about reflecting. So checking in with yourself. Why are you here in the first place? Why did you choose to do this reset retreat? What has prompted you to come here? Is there something going on in your life that you're dealing with, that you're struggling with right now? So first take that time to check in with yourself and ask yourself, why am I here? Then I would love it if you could write how you're genuinely feeling in this moment. So sometimes we don't actually realize that we're actually holding on to a lot of stress, or we're holding on to something that someone said to us earlier in the day. So sometimes it can really, not sometimes, it can always really help to reflect and notice how you are genuinely feeling in that moment. It might be mentally, it might be physically, just writing down how you are genuinely feeling. And then from that, what can you commit to doing today to restore harmony and balance in your life? So often we actually know what we need to do, but we don't do it because we don't take that time to self-reflect. So that's what we are here for now. So after you have journaled a little bit about how you're feeling, if there's anything coming up, then I want you to think about, well, what can I do today? What are 3 actionable steps I can take today to make myself feel better? So for example, it could be taking a nice long bath, with some salts or something in there. It could be reading your book that you haven't made enough time to read that you really want to read. It could be just, going for a walk around the block to get a bit of movement in your body. Or it could even be just making a nourishing meal for dinner that night. It doesn't have to be crazy, but just getting more in tune with your body and your consciousness and realizing what you can do today to benefit yourself and to restore some harmony within yourself is an amazing practice. So if you do have the ebook, I will have a list of all the journaling prompts. But for those of you here on YouTube, I just want you to answer the following 3 questions. So 1, why are you here? What prompted you to embark on this journey? 2, checking in with yourself. What do you genuinely feel in this moment? How are you feeling in your body, in your mind, in your soul? And then 3, what are some actionable steps that you can take today to help restore balance and harmony within yourself? So those are 3 questions I really want you to answer. If you do have the ebook, they will all be written out for you, and there's actually a few extra ones that I've added in there, which I think are going to be really beneficial. But even those 3 are really, really helpful. And yeah, really take that time to create a beautiful setting for yourself. That's so important. And if you want to do this every day, I encourage you to. It's a great thing to do in the morning when you wake up to help set a beautiful intention for your day. So yeah, I would recommend doing it every day if you can. Otherwise, just doing it the once this week would be more than enough. So that is the first mindfulness ritual for this week. The second one is about creating a vision board. So now that you've taken the time to reflect on why you have come into this space, on how you're feeling and how you can restore some balance into your life, I want you to then start dreaming. So the word I have here behind me is dreaming. So what do you want to bring into your life? Like, what do you want this new chapter of your life to contain, to build in your life? Like, what are your intentions? That's what I want to get out of you. So before we start the vision board, I think it is really amazing to just start with one word. So you might have a million thoughts in your brain, but I want you to focus on one single word. So I recently did an online retreat and my word was rise, because I just really resonated with that, and I just really felt that I was rising and stepping into my power, and that was the word that I wanted to choose to signify this new journey. But for you, it could be anything. Like, it could be peace, it could be love, it could be joy, it could be anything, it could be balance. Like, there's so many words. There are thousands of words in the English dictionary that you could choose, but yeah, I just want you to choose one word that you feel you really resonate with, and that word is going to be the focus of this new chapter of your life. So take a minute, take a few minutes, and try think of one word that you want to focus on. This word will then help to guide you throughout the rest of this journey and beyond. So take a moment to do that. And then the next step for this week is to create a vision board. So I love vision boards. I usually create one every year around December, January to help me just create an idea of what I want to achieve in this year. So I will put up some images of some mood boards that I created actually for this retreat and for this new chapter of my life. And you can probably see that some of the colors in that mood board are reflective of what I'm wearing, and yeah, the vibe that I've created here is very similar to that mood board. I think mood board, vision board, whatever you want to call it, it's a really great tool for getting your creative brain out onto a piece of paper. So for some of us who are more visual, we find it difficult to sometimes write down exactly what we want or exactly how we're feeling, but with pictures and images and colors, like for some people, it's just a really great way to get onto a piece of paper your desires and your intentions. So that is why I would really love you to create a mood board or vision board for yourself this week that represents this new chapter that you are embarking upon and what you want to call into your life. So I do have a step-by-step process in the ebook, but if you're here on YouTube, I encourage you to create a vision board all the same. So the tools I use are Pinterest and Canva. So Pinterest, you probably have heard of it before. It's a really great, it's kind of like a social media platform, but it's all about pinning beautiful photos. And so if you search up something, so like say if you want to go to the beach more, you could search up like beach aesthetic and then you would find a lot of beautiful images, and then you just click the little button at the top right corner and press save, and then that downloads to your computer. And then when you go into Canva, you just upload those photos, and then you can use one of Canva's own templates. So I'm going to insert some clips here of me actually creating the mood board that I showed you earlier. So yeah, I just used one of the templates, well actually multiple different templates, and then dragged in my photos, changed the colors a little bit, tweaked some things, but it actually is very simple to make using Canva. It's a really, really great tool. Canva and Pinterest you can both use absolutely free. Canva does have a paid option which gives you just a bit more flexibility with different templates, different effects that you can use, but you can definitely use the free version and get quite a similar outcome. So yes, those are two great tools that you can use to create a vision board. However, you can totally do this old school by like grabbing some magazines and cutting out pictures and sticking them onto a board or pinning them onto one of those pin boards. Yeah, there are a lot of ways to make a vision board, but I just personally find that creating a online digital vision board is really helpful because then I can also use it as my desktop screensaver. And I would highly recommend you guys do that because it just reminds you every time you open your laptop, you are seeing that imagery of the life you want to create. So it kind of gets into your subconscious. I could do a whole video on the subconscious mind, but yes, your subconscious mind has such a profound impact on your daily choices. So a lot of us go through life making these little choices which don't serve our highest good because we're distracted, because we're not present in that moment. But if you have these values centered in your subconscious brain, it will help you to make better decisions in your day-to-day life, even when you aren't super present and super conscious in that moment. So yeah, it's super, super important. I would highly recommend making it your desktop screensaver. And then the next step is to print it out and stick it around your house. Like you could literally stick it everywhere. I personally just have it above the little spot where I go to do my journaling every morning. So every morning when I sit down to do my journaling, I see my vision board right in front of me. And yeah, it's just those images and the colors and just the feel of the vision board, it kind of gets ingrained into your subconscious, and it's so, so helpful, especially if you put, you know, beautiful quotes and beautiful words and beautiful imagery that is the life you want to create. It's getting into your subconscious and it's allowing you to make better decisions in the future moments that you have. So I think this practice is so, so important, and I'm so excited for you guys to try it out yourself. If you are a part of the Facebook community, I would love it if you could share your vision boards in that group. Don't feel pressure to though, like you don't have to, but I would just love to see what you've created. And then also your reflections on the vision board. So again, for those of you who have the ebook, you'll also have a page that asks you to reflect on your vision board and gives a few prompts for another little journaling session that you can do. So I definitely recommend doing that, because it's one thing to create the vision board and to have it and to see it and to get into your subconscious, but it's another thing for your conscious mind to actually realize what each of these images mean to you. So for those of you on YouTube, basically that last practice is just looking at all the images and the pictures and any words that you put into your vision board, and then journaling about why you put them down. Because a lot of the time, yeah, we just naturally gravitate towards certain images and we might not realize in that moment why. But if you take the time again to reflect on the reason why you chose those, you will be able to tap into those desires that you have probably suppressed and pushed down for a really long time. So I hope this video was helpful. If you do have the ebook, everything is written out there, so you don't have to worry about trying to remember anything I've said right now. But yeah, I really hope you have an amazing week and really enjoy reflecting and then setting some really great intentions for these coming weeks and beyond. So yeah, thank you so much for being here today and for dedicating time to yourself, to bettering yourself. I'm so proud of you that you've taken this step. Honestly, like, the first step is recognizing that you need a change, and then the second step is actually reaching out and seeking guidance. And you've already done that, so you're already past step 2 onto step 3, and I'm just so proud of you. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing what you guys do this week. If you want to share, but no pressure. I am sending you all lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.